Hi everyone, I'm Necati Sonmez, and I'm coming from Trabzon, and I'm a senior ELT student at Trabzon University. For my project, I decided to focus on drama and children's literature. I tried to combine them. So first of all, I would like to talk about why did I decide to take part in this project. Well, first of all, when dear doctors Deniz Ortaçtepe and Adnan Yılmaz came to our university and talked about the project, the social justice issues, well, I thought, why not? I was also searching for gender inequality, and then I decided to know more about the other social justice issues. So that's why I decided to join in this project. And also, in our practicum sites, we always develop some materials and things, activities. We distribute worksheets, but I decided to conduct different kinds of activities and prepare different kinds of materials that would account for other social justice issues, rather than focusing on only grammar, listening, speaking. So that's why these were the two main reasons that I joined in this project. So as I said at the beginning, I choose drama as my project. I focused on the drama. So first of all, I wanted to conduct my social justice project in my practicum site. And then I thought, how can I draw my students' attention? And then I decided to conduct a drama demonstration. So that's why, at the first place, I thought about drawing the students' attention. And secondly, with drama, I thought that I could give my intentions unconsciously, subconsciously to my students. And also, drama is fun, it's entertaining for the young learners. For the third question, how did I choose the participants and the context for my project? Well, as I said, I focused on my practicum site solely, and then I asked my mentor teacher to direct me some students who are good at theater or some other kind of activities that would account as drama. And he offered me 5 students, and I talked to them, and they decided to join. But at the beginning, there were like 50 students, yes. But then I said it will be in English. Only 10 students remained. So, because they thought that it would be challenging. So also, some other teachers at my practicum site suggested that I should pick the students who are academically good. I tried to cast one of the students who was scoring 100 points in each English exam. But when I tried to talk to him, he was like, no, I can't do it. And he didn't have any emotion, and he was just focusing on the paper. So I thought, for example, for the dragon, I thought that I should find a student who is crazy, who would scream. And also, I focused on the social skills of the students, communication. Also, I stated this last statement. So, objectives of this project. Well, this project focused on the gender inequality, gender stereotypes, and racism by combining drama with children's literature. There were 3 books, and I will mention them in the upcoming slides. And I also wanted to enable my students to use the English as fluently and accurately as possible. With drama, I thought that I could achieve it. And I did, somehow, but to some extent, of course. And also, I wanted to establish a community of students to dramatize the gender-related issues in front of an audience. social justice part is fine and the drama is fine, but I thought maybe this would encourage them to increase their social skills, I mean, enhance their social skills. So the process, first of all, I formed the cast. I mean, 13 students were chosen, 6th grade students, and I made students read the text for a week. I mean, I created scripts for the books, I mean for the 3 books, and then I made the students read those scripts on and on again for a week. And after a week, we conducted our rehearsals non-stop for weeks. And then, in the meantime, I focused on the students' mistakes. I mean, pronunciation, linguistic errors, emotional aspects. We tried to correct every error and mistakes as much as possible. And also, I prepared some materials for the drama. I mean, castles and houses and some other plans for the stage that are made by cardboards. And also, we have the end product, which you will see at the end of the slideshow. So the books are Paperback Princess, William's Doll, and Amazing Grace. So Paperback Princess, I actually did not mention, but let me just say a few words about it. Well, it's a short story about gender inequality and gender stereotypes. Well, in this story, a prince is captured by a dragon, and a princess follows the dragon's trails and then finds the prince and tries to save him. Well, one of the students, I didn't say to my students that, well, we will be focusing on gender inequality. I just made them read the scripts for a week without saying anything. And then after a week, one student came to me and said, and he was the dragon, he said that, teacher, there's the prince trying to save the prince, but usually prince saves the princess. So I said, yes, you found the correct answer to that. So we will be focusing on gender inequality and stereotypes. So this is some kind of critical thinking, right? Critical thinking process for weeks. So I didn't want to talk to them about social justice issues because, you know, they are too young for such topics. But I thought that it would be better if they find out those kind of issues themselves. So for the second play, William's Doll, it's a short story about a boy who wants a doll, and his father brings him lots of things like basketball, like figures, but he always wants a doll. So, yes. Amazing Grace, it's also based on racism and gender inequality. In this story, our main character, Grace, wants to be the character Peter Pan in a play, but her friends bully her, and then like saying you're black and Peter Pan is not black, and you're girl and Peter Pan is a male, so you can't be Peter Pan. So these kind of issues were covered in my project. So I would like to show you some photos from the rehearsals. As you can see, there is a grandma trying to act like a grandma. So typical, how typical. Yeah, she's like holding a stick, some kind of stick. So drama actually empowers the imagination of the students, you know. And also another photo. And also it's from Amazing Grace. And our main character is the student on the left. Actually, she looks like Grace. I mean, the skin color and other things, and the hair. And also, These are the dragon and the princess. And this is the Williams doll group. So this was the last week of our rehearsals, like 4 or 5 days before the real product. And this was the day the drama conducted in the Practicum school at the conference hall. So as you can see, there are some materials, a castle and a cave of the dragon, and some 2 trees and some plants. So I've also added some few details like spider and spider web and catapult there. So it's like mini catapult, but it can't throw anything. So this is the Williams doll group again, and you can see the father, his mustache, and behind him there's the house, and also grandma, okay. And the dragon and the princess. So actually this was after the drama. I wanted to give students something that they see as a success. I mean, to encourage them. So I prepared them some certificates, 13 certificates for them. So and there are the certificates and the last product. So for the end result, we can say that, well, some students said that before the project I despised English, but now I love it. For example, the student who was playing the character Grandma in William's doll story, she couldn't memorize the sentences like for weeks, for 4 weeks, but then she started to love English, and she was always asking me some questions about the play, about the structures that she saw in the script. So I was beginning to be so proud. So that enabled them to have positive attitudes towards English language. And also, we talked about the unconscious way, I mean the critical thinking stage of the students. So it is developed like in a procedure, I mean in a process. Also, as I said at the beginning, drama is fun, and these type of social justice issues can be interacted to an audience in an entertaining way. I mean, I could have talked about gender inequality in theory, but it would mean nothing. I mean, it would not be entertaining, it would not be fun for the students. And also some teachers, before coming here, like 4 days ago at my practicum site, one of the teachers said that how I did this drama, because some students were considered as failures, I mean under the average of than the other students. So I said, well, I asked them to do it and they did it. So that's the thing. And then she said, maybe I'm giving too much homework to them and maybe too much paperwork. So maybe we should focus on the applicational side of the teaching. Then I said, you should, yes. So those type of teachers got surprised by their students' performance. So the impact of the project and sustainability, I mean, also when I asked their feelings, I mean, the parents of the students came to watch the drama, and they were really proud of their children. I mean, some parents were like, yes, my son is up there and he's playing the dragon. So she was proud, I mean the mother. So also for the sustainability, I just donated all the materials I did to my school, since my mentor teacher wanted me to do it. He said that maybe we should make something out of it. I mean, something out of those materials. And also, my former practicum site, some teachers in it said that it would be nice for them to have me conducting this drama in there. So, so I thought that maybe I could turn this into an event that would be conducted in all over Akçaabat, not in a school, but in several schools. And also, I've talked about how I can train other fourth grade students in our department to conduct such plays, I mean drama activities in their practicum sites. And I also talked about it with Mr. Çelik, and he approved it. And also, I believe that this will become a pioneering event in Akçaabat. So there are two videos, and I would like to show them to you. So you will be seeing the development through time.
A few moments later.
Oh, stop it. I will this to my father.
Tell this
Tell this
to my father.
to my father.
Tekrar o cümleyi al. Stop it.
Stop it. I will tell this to my
I will tell this to my father.
One eternity later.
Stop it. I will tell this to my father.
So, as you can see, one eternity later, he manages to correct himself. So, actually, it was it was a nice project that we had, because students saw their own mistakes and errors, and they corrected them by themselves. So we can skip to the second video.
But I hear every.
Already.
Every.
Already.
Already.
Huh? Already.
Already.
So, as you can see, through time, students were able to correct their own mistakes about pronunciation, linguistic errors, about grammar, and any other kind of errors. And also, I would like to say a few words about the previous video. In that video, the student constantly says, I will tell this is to my father, but he should say, I will tell this to my father. I asked him, why are you keep saying it? I mean, for 3 weeks, he did the same mistake all over again. So when I asked him, he said, teacher, I didn't know that this structure was used at the middle. So when I looked at his textbook, I saw that this is structure is always used at the beginning. I mean, for like, this is pencil, this is a desk. So he didn't see it in the middle. So actually, this was like an end to my presentation, but I will be showing you a play. But I should just say a few words about it, about Albert Einstein saying, I never teach my pupils, I only attempt to provide the conditions in which they can learn. So in drama, we did the exact thing. I mean, as teachers, we should not always teach. We should provide the conditions, the environment for the students to develop themselves, to teach on their own and to learn on their own. So we can show the other video now. So you will be watching the paperback princess.
And had expensive clothes. She was going to marry a prince named Ram. One day a dragon came to the castle.
You'll have to be here. You, a dragon! Ha 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 ha. Why we eat you alive? Be scared. I am not afraid of you. In fact, you are a pet dragon. Oh, Daddy, talk to me like that. I am invited. I will show you.
The castle was destroyed and prince was captured by the dragon. The princess didn't know what to do.
What should I do? The dragon came to our castle and took my prince. Should I follow the dragon? But how?
She thought and decided to take an action.
I must follow the dragon. The dragon is not smart, so I can find it. I believe in myself. I must get some of my clothes. They are brought by the dragon fire. There, I see something that I can wear.
So at this part of the play, she just goes backstage and wears the paper clothes. So I will just skip a few minutes. Yes.
The kind that was not going was a paperback. So she put on the paperback and followed the dragon. He was easy to follow because he left a trail of burnt forest.
Oh, yes, I have found the dragon's cave. The cave is a huge door, but I'm not afraid of the dragon.
The princess knocks on the door and waits for a response. After a few seconds, the dragon opens the door.
Dear princess, I love these princesses, but I have everything in my own. Just of the day, I am a very good dragon. Come back tomorrow.
The princess knocks on the door again.
Go ahead, I love these princesses, but I have everything in my own. Just of the day, I am a very good dragon. Come back tomorrow. Wait, hey dragon. Is it true that you are smartest dragon in the whole world?
Yes.
Is it true that you can burn up some forest with your breath?
Oh, yes. Much more.
Fantastic. Can you do it again?
The dragon again took a deep breath, but this time nothing came out. The fire was gone.
Why? Do you ask? Yes, I do.
Fantastic! Meet again! So the dragon jumped up and flew around the whole world in just 20 seconds. When he got back, he was too tired to talk, and he lay down and went straight to sleep.
Oh, dragon! Haha, he's tired and now he's sleeping.
The princess turned into the dragon's cave. Inside, there was the prince.
Hello, my prince. Look, I have got twins for you. Elizabeth, you're a mess. Smell like ashes and you're ready to go to paperback. Please come back when you dress like a real princess. Nana, your clothes are pink and your hair is fine. You look like a real prince, but you're a bum.
After all the adventure that Elizabeth had to save the prince's honor, she got disappointed. In the end, they didn't get married.
So at the end there was a kind of greeting. So the audience consisted of the parents of the students, the other students who came to watch the show, and the teachers. And the conference hall was full. So thank you for taking your time and coming here and listening to my presentation. So it was such a wonderful experience for me. Right now, if you have any questions, I would be glad to take them.
Was there any criticism or negative feedback from any of the parents or teachers or colleagues? I was wondering.
Actually, no. Some teachers said that it could have been better, but we know that they are 6th grade students, so it's not the best, but it's better. I mean, the best performances are not done by even by the university students. So, but parents' opinions were so constructive. I mean, they said that we never saw such a thing in Akçabat, in this school, and then and then I was really proud of what they were saying. I mean, they said that you would be a great teacher in the future, so I was really happy. Thank you.
Follow that up with the moment you described when the student came up to you and asked you, hey, what's going on here? It's usually the prince, not the princess. And you said, while you were standing up there, that all of a sudden you began talking about gender inequality or gender equality, promoting gender equality. Can you expand on that a little bit more? What did you do? You know, all of a sudden a student notices this. What did you do? Did you discuss it? Did you have some other lesson? Or how did you expand on that issue?
Actually, in some rehearsals, I mean, once in 2 weeks, we were like discussing the gender inequality. Like I was asking some immediate questions to the students. For example, what do you think about what do you think about your mother being on the kitchen, for example? So being in the kitchen, doing with the dishes and other cooking stuff. So I was asking such questions to the students. And after this project ended, they said that, I mean, I didn't really hope to hear such things from the students, but they said that, well, this project provided me enough information to know, to search more about gender inequality. So I was a little bit surprised, because I was not expecting to hear that.
And then to follow up on Aichan's question again, did you get any feedback from parents? Are there more fathers cooking in Akçaabat now?
No, but soon.
We're the generation. Someone protects us.
So,
I just have a simple kind of logistical question. So these students chose to participate, correct?
yes, I mean, at the beginning, there were 5 students who volunteered in the project, but I had only Paperback Princess, and then I asked Adnan Hoca to provide me some more books to be transcribed into scripts. And then I just said some students that yes, we have a project. They want to volunteer. They want to volunteer. So I just roamed class by class and classroom by classroom, and then found the students. I mean, I didn't force them, and I said, look, we're going to do this, and you're going to do this. Your role is this. So do you want to participate in? And then they said, yes, why not? Or some said, no, I don't want to take that kind of responsibility right now. So I didn't force them. That's it.
So then for the timing, were the rehearsals after school? Did they have to stay, or did the teachers give you time during?
No, I was conducting my rehearsals while I was having my practicum experience. I mean, in Fridays I was going to that secondary school to have my practicum course, to conduct 2 hours lessons, and after that, in the lunch breaks and some the normal breaks, so I was just telling the students, okay, now come into the classroom and we're just conducting the rehearsal. So it was quick, and I had a little bit more months. It would have been much more better. Yes. Yes.
I've got a comment. You know, you said some of the teachers, or the teacher herself, was shocked because they didn't expect their students to perform like that, because they know of their students. You know, the problem is that some of the teachers in the class, they use limited, classroom activities. They do not, for example, try to use different classroom activities that go with the different kinds of learners. Benjamin Franklin says, tell me I remember, tell me I forget, teach me I remember, involve me I learn.
Exactly.
For example, some of the learners learn via acting. Some of the learners learn, for example, they are auditory, so when you expose them to a kind of music or listening activities, they can learn.
Yes, but we should account for all the students. I mean,
exactly. That's why you need to vary, your activities in the class.
Yes, for example, in the classroom, for such students whose social abilities or skills are high, you should conduct some short drama activities, like mirroring, for example, saying the things the student says and you say the same thing. So this is a simple activity. For like 5 minutes, you can conduct this activity. It's not that hard. I mean, it's the fault of the teachers in this point.
Just a couple comments. One, first, I think you should get recognized for the fact that you did the script adaptation.
Thank you.
The stories and wrote the scripts. And then thinking about just extending this into the world, I'm wondering, is there a children's theater in Hudson? A youth theater? And if there is, that it might be worth talking to people there to get essentially a little bit more professional support, but also to create a space to do bigger things with more kids and bring kids from different schools.
Actually, I really want to extend this project. I mean, to conduct it all over in Trabzon. So, but it will take time, surely.
First, we start with the simple question: who played Greece?
Who played Grace? A sixth grade student?
That girl.
Yes.
What do you think? Is it the correct choice?
Actually, she said that, teacher, I want to be Grace. So I said, why not? I mean, I didn't choose the students' roles. I mean, they came and said, teacher, I want to be princess. Then okay, fine. Let's make it. So.
Not for you, for all of you. Just a reminder. When you are dividing the cards, right? Imagine that you need someone fat. Right? Don't choose a fat guy. You know, my secondary school friends still call me with my nickname. So, this is what happens. The name, right? My time.
Actually, I didn't encounter such problems.
No, you will.
I was lucky.
Sure, you will.
So, if there are any questions, I would be glad.
I have one more question. How might, if you wanted to take this to a wider audience, maybe parents or other people who don't speak English, what might you do to make the content accessible to them? Like, would you translate and provide, I don't know.
Actually, beforehand, I talked them about the plays. I mean, the books, their contents of them. So they were aware of the things in the books, so they knew it. I mean, some of them didn't knew English, don't knew English. Some of them, knew English. So for those of who don't know English, I just said that in this play we do it like this, and then in this play we do it like this, and this book tells this, and the main point is this. So I just said this focuses on gender inequality, and I've explained gender inequality just briefly, so briefly. So they had the background information.
Before the play or after?
Before. So, thank you.